All right, guys, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. We are doing another Bigfoot or aliens, or it could also be Loch Ness. Now, if you were just with me a few minutes ago and I had to turn it off, welcome back. I was having some technical difficulties, but I switched devices. This one here, this is the one this doesn't work anymore. Look, it just turned on by itself. I was just about to click the button to turn it on and it turned on by itself. But yeah, it's got a lot of screen damage, so look at that. Oh, now it's not even gonna do anything. Look, talking to Heather. Uh Now nothing bad is happening. But trust me, that it was a problem. But here we are. No problems on this phone because this phone is just broken a little bit. This one's broken a lot. And then I have your comments and stuff over here on this third device, which is also broken, but it works. It just I got a new phone from this one because this one I shattered. I also had it way too close to a fire, so it melted as well. So, but here we are. Today we're going to decide Bigfoot, aliens, or other. We got water here. So some people were suggesting a Loch Ness monster, and I think I'm leaning towards the Loch Ness monster. I think on one of the other ones I have, we'll do some aliens. Now, if you watched my last vlog, you know where I got these paintings from. These came from my mother's house. If you didn't watch the last vlog, we basically replaced these pictures with new pictures, which was some photography from my brother Ken, which is also available for you guys as well. Orderfromken@gmail.com if you want to get into that at all. Anyway, she didn't have any use for these paintings anymore, so I thought I would deface them, similar to what we've done with the previous one, which was the Bigfoot one. So we have a whole video on that you can go back and watch. In fact, I'll try to remember to put it in the description section so you can just follow the link to it. We put a Bigfoot in one of these types of paintings. So these paintings come from China. A couple of you guys actually let me know that because when we did the first one, I wasn't sure what the ethics and stuff would be on adding stuff to someone else's art. But these are mass produced for as cheap art for commercial settings or whatever. So what they do is they have a whole bunch of canvases in a row. You'll have a dude painting the same picture on a bunch of different canvases, and they send them out unsigned, and then whoever wants them signed will just pick a name out of the phone book and write the name on here. So that information came from a couple people, but one of them showed me a picture of the whole operation, or a couple pictures actually, and I was like, "Dang, that's actually interesting. I never knew that was a thing, but apparently it is." So now I have no problem painting on these at all because, yeah, they're not meant. They're how do you say that? Their classification is different. Let's say. I know some people are going to have a problem with it regardless, but I do not. So this is inspired by me doing this is inspired by another artist, Dave Pollitt, which you guys should check out on Instagram. I think he's awesome. Is this fraud? Well, that's not fraud, but I think what you're trying to say. Well, maybe you are trying to say fraud. Is it fraud? No, it's not fraud because it doesn't even make sense in this context, anyways. Well, that's a good suggestion. Lauren says an open window or elevator in the sky with an escape ladder hanging down. That's a cool idea. That's a great idea. Like if there was a ladder, oh, Jack and the Beanstalk sort of situation would be cool too. Um, Pterodactyl in the sky. I like that. That's a cool idea. I have a feeling the artist would find it fun. Josh, how about a pterodactyl flying through the trees? Flying through the trees, so like at this height. I kind of like that idea, actually. Just gonna have a look at the other ones I have here. I kinda... So I have 3 of these. Again, if you watch the last vlog, you'll know all about that. On one of them, I want to have like an alien flying saucer with like a beam of light taking a man, like a silhouette of a man up. The man is going to be really small because these cabins, right, are small. So the man will be about this big. Something like that. He could be in there. That would be cool. Pterodactyl. Okay, it's between a pterodactyl. How about a tank with aliens being shot? Where would the tank go? There's not much room for that in this thing, but that's funny. I love the alien coming down a ladder. That one is perfect for the abduction. There's no door on this cabin here, but on one of the other ones, well, at least one of the other ones, there is a door. I'm gonna save the alien abduction for that. You know what? Let me just go grab it, okay? Yeah, they both have doors. Okay. So, this one here, well, there's birds in this one. There's a doorway, so it could make sense that the dude is walking here or whatever. Comes out, here's the alien music, you know, like X-Files music's come on. And then he comes out of his door and gets beamed up, right? And then we have this one, also has a door. Same sort of deal. We got another lake back here too. Or maybe that's just something else, I don't know. We could do... You know what? I actually like this one for the pterodactyl. I think this one I'll do a pterodactyl on. But they could all have Loch Ness Monster in it. You know what? We're just going to do Loch Ness Monster, guys. That was, I think, the most suggested. So we're going to do that. Oh, thank you to Teresa. Gene peeking around the corner from inside the frame. Like this right here. That would actually be funny. If there's one of these types of paintings that's like car lot, I don't know why there would be, but let's just imagine there is. I'm totally doing that. That will be hilarious. Yeah, I don't know how to do the X-Files music with my mouth, but everyone knows what it sounds like. Okay. Let's do a Loch Ness Monster. I'll do him here. This one actually has I didn't even notice that at first. This one has the lake in the back there too. This is like kind of a little land bridge. I think we're gonna do this style of water monster. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up, if this phone will actually work, a Loch Ness Monster reference photo, just so we have something to go off of. Or no, sorry, we're gonna do Ogopogo. The Loch Ness, we're gonna go Ogopogo. That's not a photograph. Or, well, that is a photograph. That looks like a painting. Can you guys see that? Why didn't I glue googly eyes on it? What? On what? Josh, you could paint a car a lot and have Gene in it selling cars. Yeah, but that's not as fun. I'm not going to paint Gene ever again unless there's some fun element to it where he's added. Okay, so what color is the Ogopogo? We're going to try, okay, I need brushes for this. And as you guys know, I don't use brushes too often, but for this kind of stuff, we will. And I just have a bucket of brushes for this. By the way, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing good, wherever you are. I didn't put the cap on this paint. Whoops. Hopefully it's still good. There's not very much left, but yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll go a little bit of white. What is this, blue? A little bit of blue. I don't know what we're gonna need exactly. We're gonna need some green probably. Let's see if we can get some green. I didn't put the cap on this one either. This is probably dried out. I'm sorry about the lighting. There we go. We got a little bit of green. I'm sorry about the lighting in here. We got literally only 2 light bulbs in here. Got a little bit of yellow. This is brown, I think. Brown. We were talking about the guy that vandalized the painting in the museum, Russian museum. Blue googly eyes. Is that what was a reference to? Oh. You were talking to someone else possibly when you said that. Googly eyes often make things better, you know, in my opinion. Put googly eyes on something, just makes you laugh. Like imagine you're having an argument with someone and then they just put googly eyes on their, like, I don't know. I guess you could put them on yourself. How would that work where googly eyes would solve an altercation, you know? It'd bring the mood back down to neutral. That'd be funny. Okay, so we're gonna start with, I'm gonna start with blue, even though like it's not going to be blue. I'm gonna try to match the hue, is that the word? With the rest of the picture, okay? So, I have a stool here. I'm gonna sit down here so that it'll be more comfortable. Hopefully I don't look like an idiot. Like a little kid, actually, is what I meant to say. Why would I get those two things mixed up? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not a great sound. Okay, maybe I'll even bring you guys in a little more so you can kind of see what's going on. How about that? Bring you guys down. Sorry, this is all wobbly, warbly. Okay, how's that? Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, something like that. Okay. I'm going to start with blue just so that I have something to work with, okay? So, well, let's see. Where should I put the head? Perspective kind of matters here too. I don't want it to be too huge. Like, I don't know how big they say the Ogopogo is, but I think he's decently big. So let's say he's, this is always like, because I can't really fix it. It's just, it has to be what it is, you know? And I'm nervous about it for some reason. Okay. So let's say he's this big, thickness wise. Okay? And then we want to keep that line relatively, well, how big do I want him to be? Let's go like this. Shit. Take the plunge, Josh. Just paint it. It doesn't matter. Clearly I put that too low already, so I have to come back down here. Bam, bam, bam. Since I have to do some Ripley's in the believe it or not, I have to put some Ripley's in the water. I think we're good. Get some more blue. Some phthalo blue. I know Bob Ross says that we don't make mistakes. Just happy little accidents. That is 100% not true. I make these painting mistakes all the time. And it's very seldom a happy accident. Sometimes it don't matter. But sometimes it matters a lot. And I'm just like, I have to fix that now. Okay, so come on down here with your long ass neck there. Does the Ogopogo have a name? Like a name that you call him? Does anyone know that? The Ogopogo is from the Okanagan in British Columbia. I'm wondering if he has like a name that like Derek or something. Does he have like a name like that or no? I don't think so. But maybe he does. Does anyone know? Happy birthday, David! It's David's birthday today. So happy birthday, man. Okay. So I'm assuming I don't know who made this monster up, but like snakes, do they don't do this, right? They do this, right? So he's swirling the wrong way. But I'm gonna say that the Ogopogo is a half land monster because I know that they tried to like catch it one time or probably several times on like some sort of imaging technology and they couldn't. So I'm going to say that he's also potentially partially land animal. His friends call him Augie. Ogopogo is Canada's version of the Loch Ness Monster. Well, I don't know if it's Canada's version. He's just another monster. Or she. This is another version. Like you got the Yeti and you got Bigfoot and you got like Sasquatch. What else is there? Pogie? Maybe. The Ogopogo isn't real? I don't think he is real. Those trees aren't exactly shortened properly anyway. Shortened? I don't know if you mean like because they're way too tall. Yeah, they are way too tall. Or maybe you meant to say proportioned. Yeah, they're definitely not. They're way too big. Is the Ogopogo related to the Lake Champlain monster? I haven't even heard of the Lake Champlain monster. What is that? Lake Champlain monster. Look at that. See that my freaking flashlight just turned on for no reason? I didn't do that. The Lake Champlain monster. But it looks the same. Actually, it looks more like the what do you call it? The Loch Ness monster. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's go back to Ogopogo here. All right. Your phone is possessed. Yeah, it's so annoying, guys. That's why I got a new one. I was gonna just get this one fixed because I had just bought it, but it cost the same to just buy a new phone. So I was like, Well, duh. I'll just get a new phone then. My beagle dog Arnold said tell everyone hello. He's on the right side of my profile picture. Arnold. That's a great name. It's a great name for not a great name for a human. Great name for a dog. Okay. Now his head shape. I kind of wish that I didn't make him so high up here. So I'm actually going to try to erase with some H2O and a finger. Shit. I should have done it with paper towel. Abort. Let me grab some paper towel. Okay. I don't know why I did that, guys. That was dumb. Okay. 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 Now, are we happy with this size? That is the question. Because this is kind of small. I mean, it's huge for the, like, this is way bigger than the cabin, right? Way bigger. Because this is in the foreground, so this would be like this big compared to the cabin. I think that's probably a realistic size. Because, like, what's a lock? Is that a lake? A lock? The Ogopogo is in a lake, right? He's not in the ocean, so it can only be so large. Do you guys hear Henry playing in the background with a golf ball? Okay, so we are going to do... Ah, you darn phone. Oh, come on. Why you gotta be like that? Okay, so we're gonna go... Ah, there's a little hair on this paintbrush is coming loose. We go like this. I kind of feel like I want to do this. And then take some H2O. I'm going to spray it on the cloth this time. And I'm going to go like this. Take it away. So earlier when I was saying I can't screw up, I guess I was wrong. I didn't know it would be this easy to swipe off. Ah, shoot. There we go. That looks a little better. Looks a little better. We agree, Sarah. Sarah says Josh should add Bigfoot in the background. Yeah, I get that suggestion a lot. When I do one paranormal thing, a lot of people are like, hey, do other paranormal type things at the same time. But I don't think it's as, for whatever reason, and this is just my personal opinion, I just don't think it's as fun if you have them all in there. Like, this isn't paranormal themed. This is this particular sea monster themed, if you will. You know what I mean? So it's not that I would be against that per se, just not for this piece of artwork. Okay, now, I'll wait for this to dry a little bit. I'm going to look at it from a little bit of a distance here so I can see if I like the size. And if I don't, I can erase it or whatever you want to call it, or like wipe it off. But I think I might be happy with it. Oh, actually, that's great. See, he looks like he just came from the land, which that actually might not be great. Nah, that's good. Because if I made it go the other way, then it would look like he's going towards land. If I make it go sideways, then it looks like, oh, that's the only place you could put it. This looks like kind of more natural, maybe. But maybe not. Now, what the heck? Oh, it's a statue. I wanted to show you this for a second. I was like, that's a convincing picture. Can you guys see that? See what happens? Okay. What time is it where you guys are at? Here, as you just saw, it's 7:56. Where's Waldo in a painting? That's a good idea too. Fun fact, in my old shop, I had a Where's Waldo, and if you found the Where's Waldo, you would receive a free print. Like if you were a customer or whatever, and you happened to just see him or mention it, you had to mention it. I wasn't going to be like, hey, by the way, if you see it, like it just was one of those things where you just had to bring it up on your own sort of thing. But I don't remember actually if anyone ever did find it. Okay, so I want that to dry. 9:57 where Steven is. 9:57 in Pennsylvania where Linda is. 9:56 in New Jersey. It's about 10 in PA, Pennsylvania again. 9:56 in Florida. 8:57 where Tony is. Your time in Arizona. Hannah's baking or getting baked or something. 2:56 in Dublin. AM? Oh, you should be sleeping. Tia. Oh, Tia. Tia. So I can't wait to hang that picture that you got me. I know exactly where it's going to go. And it's kind of funny. I'll tell you guys now. Actually, I'll give you guys a hint. Or not a hint. Here, why don't I turn this towards me while we're waiting for this to dry? How about that? So I'm going to give you guys a... I guess it is a hint, but... So... Number one, I need a haircut. But in the bonus scenes that I put in my vlog... Does it look like I have a unibrow right now? In the bonus scenes that I put in my vlog, I'm doing the renovations to my furnace room. I was gonna say utility room, but eventually it'll be whatever. But anyways, it's only going to be, well, at first it's only going to be in the bonus scenes. So there's already 3 bonus scenes that show some of the progress on some vlogs, and as I get time to work on it, you'll see more of that in the bonus scenes, and then eventually I will conglomerate them all into one thing. But anyway, and this is going to sound a little interesting. Interesting? Maybe not interesting. This might sound a little weird. That picture that Tia got me, among some other ones, are going to go into my laundry room. I'm going to make my laundry room like a hidden gem, if you will. It'll be like a I don't know how to explain. You know how like in my hallway closet I got like that little mosaic of the polar bear up there. It'll be kind of like that, where no one goes in my laundry room or in my utility room. But if you do, surprise, it's awesome in there. So it's going to have like my furnace. It's going to have the boiler for the in-floor heating and water and stuff. It's going to have, what else is going to be in there? The pressure tank and whatever else. The hot water or the water heater, hot water tank. That's going to be in there, although I probably won't need that anymore once we get the boiler. But anyway, that's all going to be in there. And then it's going to be, I think I'm going to have it wainscoted in there. And I told Clint about this because Clint likes wainscoting. And then the ceiling is going to be done nicely. I was thinking of even putting in a nice light fixture. And then it'll be Edison bulbs in there. And I'll probably have regular lights in there too, so that if you ever need to work in there, like do some maintenance or whatever, you can have actual light. But I thought it'd be cool to have like that painting in there that Tia got me, if you guys remember that. And then maybe this picture will be in there, the Bigfoot one. I don't know. Whatever fits in there nicely and doesn't look like I placed it in there because I had nowhere else to put it. I want it to look like I decorated that room. I think that'll be fun. So anyway, let's see. It's almost dry, not quite. What? I was lucky to get to be with him. I told him I love you, Bigfoot, as he passed and I was petting him. What? Did you name your dog Bigfoot, or what are you saying? Secret gallery, kind of. What is wainscoting? Wainscoting. Wainscoting is like nice wooden clad walls with like architectural details, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Just Google it and you'll see it. Loch Ness Monster is called Nessie. No, I know that, but what's the Ogopogo called? Oh, come on. Dry for me. Dry for me. Wainscoting. Bedboard? Bedsboard. What is that? By the way, Josh, I sent you a few items I found when I was going through my craft items. I thought you might probably get to you in about 2 years. Oh, thanks, Denise. Whoops. Beadboard. Yes, beadboard is yeah, sure. That could be, yeah. Chandelier in the storage room. Yeah, it's going to be sick. It's not a storage room. It's going to be the utility room. Although we could use it as a storage room too, if I put shelving in there or whatever. Ooh. Okay, let's turn you back around. By the way, Dakota is feeling better, for those of you in the comments talking about him. He was here today helping me work on batch D of the cutting boards. Okay, so we got some green. Whoops. Come on. Oh, what did I do? I actually don't need a reference picture anymore because all of these are in black and white and grainy. I'm going to make up my own color. So I've got some green here, which is going to turn a hue of yellow if there's still some wet stuff in here, which is fine. Now, I don't know how much of this detail you're going to be able to see because it's a little dark, but that's okay. Now, the sun is not here, but and there's no shadows anywhere, except for there's reflection. I don't think you need the sun for reflection, though, do you? Okay, we're going to do some yellow now. Now, I know that some of you know this, but if you're new or don't know, I don't know how to paint. I know how to make a decent picture, let's say, but I don't actually know how to paint. Like if someone was like, hey, teach me how to paint. My best teaching language is make the lines look like what you want them to look like the lines that are in your head, make the lines that are in real life look like that. That's what I say. Like I legit say that in real life, okay? because I don't know how to do colors. I don't know how to make colors go good with each other based off of any sort of principle. Okay, so when I make a color choice, let's say, I'm just like, hopefully this looks good. Oh, cool, it looks good. Or, oh, gross, it looks bad. So let's not do that. And when it comes to this picture here, I want it to match. I don't want this to look out of place. I want it to match the colors that I'm doing in here. And I don't really know how to do that except for through trial and error. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So I want him to look like the same painting style. Like a lot of this was done with like a palette knife and like a chip brush and maybe some other brushes. So I'm gonna make this look somewhat sloppy like this, but also so you can see what you're looking at. Does that make sense? So I got the blue on the very bottom, and I got some green, and then I got some yellow. I actually mixed it with some brown. Now, if I was Bob Ross, I could tell you what all the colors were. And then as the reflection is coming in here of the trees, it's darker water or whatever, I'm gonna keep it a little bit darker here on the back. You know what I mean? Oh shit, that was wrong. That was wrong. And now that I have like the underpainting, if you want to call it that, done, we don't have to wait necessarily. It depends, I guess, for things to dry before we move on. We can just kind of do whatever we want. Ah, I'm just mixing some colors over here. I just kind of want to get, for some reason, I took out some red. I didn't mean to. I thought it was brown because it said brown on it, but it's definitely red. So I'm going to use some of that. Put a door on the cabin or more windows. It seems like it's actually a barn because look how long it is. It's like going all the way into the trees. And then this is a vent, like a gable vent. Okay. Okay. Keep going here. Give him some textured details on his face or on his head, let's say. I want him to look stealth like you always see in the pictures where he kind of just looks silhouette-y, but I want to add a little bit of subtle detail, just kind of like how I did the Bigfoot. They're just subtle. Okay. Oh shit. Wrong color. I need to find a darker brown, or I could make a darker brown perhaps. What color is this? This is actually a nice color. That. What's this? Burnt umber. Perfect. Nice dark brown. I don't have to make one. Okay. And just a little bit. Hey, for those of you who watched my last vlog, did you guys get the luminol reference? Do you know what I was referencing? When I said, and just a little bit of luminol. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't know how much that shows up on camera. I hope this isn't boring because you can't really see much of a change. But in real life, I can see kind of the shape. I wanted to do a contour where his eye, you know, like I wanted his face to kind of do this. Like if you're looking straight on, right? The shape of his head kind of goes like this. I want to do so that he has like a wider mouth, you know, wider than like say where his temples are. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Luminol checks for blood. No, I'm not asking what luminol does. I got that in the comments. Someone said that. I didn't actually know that's what it was made for, especially since what I was referencing has nothing to do with blood. But that's good to know. I mean, I know that now, but uh, that water is pretty deep. You think? I'd say it would be shallow. Because, like, look how much of his body is sticking out. Uh, no one knows what the luminol was from. I got the luminol, dude. You know what it's from, Hannah? What's it from, Hannah? Dude, I'm glad you know. Is it a quote from a movie? It is a quote from a movie. In fact, I was actually going to put it in the video. I actually, in the first edit that I did have the clip of him saying it, but then I took it out. I was like, nah, it'll be better for those who know to know. Oh wait, no, how do you say that? Those who know, and that's what makes it humorous. Same with the Whatnot Shovel and Redemption. No one knows what that is yet, but when you do, you will get a free canvas print. First person to tell me the proper answer. Where is that from? Okay, a little bit of this. Sorry. I wish I had another camera so you could see what I was doing over here. Just doing a little. Oh shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Master of Disguise, isn't it? I get nervous on the spot. Yes, it is Master of Disguise, Hannah. That's exactly it. And just a little bit of luminol. Then he blows up. Hilarious. Okay. So luminol is good for taking blood samples or whatever, or checking for blood, and also for blowing up your science class, chemistry class. Okay. Now, let's see here. Let's see here. Maybe this. Hold on, I need to clean this brush. What's the question? Oh, she already answered. She already answered the question, but the question was, what is, and just a little bit of luminol from? Okay. Okay. Now, how do I? I need to look at some physics. Okay. We're gonna make up our own physics. We have artistic license. Oh yeah? On our road? Should we go help them? Ashley says that someone might be stuck on the road. It does sound like a lot of revving, doesn't it? I actually hear it now. Can you guys hear the road noise happening outside? Clint was here earlier today, and I had to pull him down my driveway to leave, which is nuts. It's really icy, but also it's been warm, so it's been slushy as well, depending on how well traveled the road you're on is, and it's crazy. Okay. This is gonna need some work. His name should be Stan. A chemical compound that illuminates when mixed with an agent. Right. I'm not asking what it does or whatever. I was just asking what it's from, like the quote, and just a little bit of luminol. That's all I was asking.
I had turned the furnace down because it's super hot. Do you want me to turn it back up a little bit?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, just because it's less warm in here.
Yeah, it's like 12 or something. Do you want it to be like 15?
Turn it up to like 35.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Ripples. Oh, I'm behind in comments. Ripples. I am doing the ripples now. Sort of. But you must have thought I wasn't going to do them for some reason. I just wasn't there yet. I'm just doing preliminary ripples, and we'll see how they evolve. Okay. Now. Oh, stop it. Stop it now.
Alright, I'm gonna go in.
Okay. What do you think of this? Are you stealing one of my chocolate bars?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah. Did you bring enough for the class? Remember that. Did you bring enough? Why would I bring any for anyone else?
What are you eating? What's in the other day's eating?
Probably. I have no idea.
I actually almost said chicken food.
Chicken food? Oh, it could be.
Popcorn.
Popcorn?
Yeah.
What? I've never had popcorn. Oh, maybe Caden had popcorn. Yeah, I remember Caden used to bring popcorn when he would come.
Oh. Yeah, there's lots of stuff in there. I'm gonna have to like empty that out.
I have two guys in the background carrying a large bag, like a rolled up carpet. That'd be funny, actually.
That looks awesome.
You think so?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you.
Looks like it belongs there.
Awesome. Oh shit. You've gone too hard, laddie.
Got the mini chocolate bars this time.
No, Clint got those. I never get the mini ones. By the way, guys, if you ever visit this studio, make sure to ask for a chocolate bar or soda or water. We have water too.
You have sparkling water? I've been like really wanting a sparkling water.
I do not have sparkling water. Why would I have that? That's like spicy water. Not delicious.
For some reason I've been wanting it lately.
Really?
Yeah, I thought we had some downstairs, but we don't.
Oh, I dumped it.
You did?
I dumped it. Yeah,
Why would
I
you
took
do that?
it and I just no, I didn't. I don't know if we had any. But if we did, I wouldn't have dumped it.
You know, wait. I hear Patty shoes on. Mailing at the door. Alright. No water, just Coke.
No, there's water in the. I don't like cold water, so it's in the pantry.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll go in the house. Also,
Wait, did I say I don't like warm water? I meant to say I don't like cold water.
that's what you said.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm going in.
Okay. Thank you
Welcome.
for your help.
I turned this light off. You want it on?
No, you can keep it off. All right, guys. We're kind of making our way through the murky depths. Now, obviously, as he's like swimming very sloppily, like why would you swim like that? He's going to be like making splashes and the ripples are going to go further out. So I have to figure out a way to make that look convincing. Kathleen's wondering if I could paint John Bon Jovi. I've never painted him, but if you would like to commission that, orderfromjosh@gmail.com is the email for commissions, and there's a bit of a wait, unfortunately, because while I'm still, doing infrastructure type stuff, I don't have time to work on art all on how do you say that? Like solely art. I have to, there's lots of things to do around my place. So I know that that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. They've decided not to get whatever they've wanted. But if you're willing to wait, then I can put you on the wait list. By the way, guys, if you're waiting for dragonflies, I just sent out a few emails now for a few dragonflies. The next bonsai tree is almost done. If you're on the rooster list, then you got some emails there on the rooster side. Oh, wait, sorry, lies, not rooster. Birds, little birds. And then there was a person who wanted this very specific bird, which I am currently working on. Sorry, I do have a long rooster list. I was going to work on that, but no, I made some other birds. Got a little mixed up in my mind there. Here we go. Slow and steady wins the race here. Beware when the water around a swimmer turns yellow. Looks too cartoonish to the book Bandit. Well, you're a little impatient, but let's continue. We will continue to work on it. Speaking a little too soon, although maybe it'll stay cartoonish in your opinion the whole time. So maybe you're just speaking truth from early, and you will continue to think it looks cartoonish, which is okay. It's like the person who said ripples early on. Let me get to it, and then we'll figure it out. Although having a cartoon like that Dave Pollitt guy, the guy who has inspired me. I don't know him, by the way. I've just been inspired by looking at his work, not from any sort of conversation or anything like that. But if you look at his work, you will see that he has one. I think it's like a picture of Italy or something like that, and there's like a big SpongeBob. So talk about cartoony. He's like, that's like exactly cartoony, which I think is hilarious. He's just, oops, that looks bad. He just has SpongeBob like looking over. used to love watching SpongeBob as a kid. I still like SpongeBob, actually, if I'm honest. Okay. You should draw what? You should draw old tires and an upside down work boot on shore for the water reflection. Like just the smallest boots, like right here. Like the boots would be tiny. There you go. There's a boot. It's not the wrong color. And tire would be bigger. But I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't make sense for this picture, but thank you for the suggestion anyway. Okay. Add a little bit more to it. So with this style of painting, right, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of adding. Maybe I'll cover it up where I need to. Then maybe something else will come to mind and I'll do that. So I'm just kind of just figuring it out as I go along. Is anyone here a painting artist? Do you do the same style or not style, but method where you just kind of, well, this is a kind of a different situation because I'm just adding to an existing piece just for fun. But do any of you guys do the same sort of like, let's try this. Okay, now let's try this. And you kind of just go on without knowing exactly what you're doing. Like when I paint a picture of like a person, like the person looks a certain way, so I'll do my best to make it look like the person. But then when it comes to like say what they're wearing or like, like I don't know, like the pink painting, right? If you saw that picture and you saw like if you saw the vlog version anyway, you saw that I needed her to wear different clothes than I had initially started off with. I started off with her potentially wearing a dress. And then I went into wearing like this halter top type top, and then into wearing a leather jacket over top. And that came about because I didn't want to draw her tattoos. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but then I was like, you know what? It would be good actually this. I looked at several references of her in concert and stuff, and she doesn't necessarily, like Lady Gaga. She was almost always wearing like these elaborate costume type things. So, you might not be able to do the same thing, right? But with Pink, sometimes she's wearing costume type clothes, sometimes it's just regular street clothes, and sometimes it's like I don't want to say combination exactly, but it's kind of like, what is that? And so I was like, oh, okay, well, here she's clearly in a concert setting. I don't have to have her in a dress. She can be in whatever. And so that's what I did. But I wasn't sure I was going to do that when I first started. I paint. I don't use methods. Just work on it until I'm happy with it. Okay. Because it's not a snake. It's supposed to be like a dinosaur relator. Dinosaur relator. I don't know what that is. Dinosaur relator? Is that what you meant to say? Relator? The Ogopogo isn't a snake, but he's a dinosaur something. Okay. So like dinosaurs don't slither? Is that what you're saying? Or what do you mean? They have less slitheriness to them? Does he have legs? Because like this shape, like it seems that he would have to have something. Like like the Chinese dragons, how they're like these long things? Is he like that? Like if you ever go to Chinatown or whatever and they're having like some sort of ceremony or whatever, I don't know what their holidays or customs are exactly or at all really. So I've only seen what I've seen, right? And sometimes like at our Chinatown. Anyway, I don't, probably it's the same at other Chinatowns as well. But there's every once in a while you'll see them do like these, like they have like this. I don't know if it's a costume, but they have like this long dragon costume thing, and there's like several puppeteers. I don't know underneath it, and they're like holding these sticks, and then their legs are the dragon's legs or something, and they're like kind of doing a dance, and then they have like the head, and sometimes like the mouth open, sometimes there's fire and stuff. It's freaking cool. Anyway, is this monster like similar to that sort of uh body shape of those dragons? I'm literally living, maybe loving how this is going. I also love the other random ideas of what else would look cool in the background to the paintings, even if you can't do it because of copyright. Underwater fins. So his fins would be like, what does the rest of his body look like? Does it look like this? Is it like, because where are his fins? This seems kind of strange to me. You know what I mean? Now, if he's like let's look it up. Let me go. Whoops. Let's go. Oh, come on. Loch Ness. Oh, sorry. I forgot to look for the comment of what a loch is. Is that a lake? Okay, so if I'm looking at a Loch Ness monster, here's a cool one. Is this a sculpture? I think this is a sculpture. See, this has fins, right? You can kind of see like right here and here. Whoops. Here's another fin, and then I imagine fins on the other side. But he doesn't have that. He doesn't have this shape to him. Now the Ogopogo, let's see. Ogopogo. Ogopogo. There we go. The Ogopogo, like this is just a statue, I think, right? Like where would his fins be? Like the rest of his body. Like I don't get like why would he breach in this pattern? You know what I mean? It's so weird. So is he also one of these, but like somehow like he got really long and skinny or something? Like I don't get it. Now here's this on this mailing stamp, like this one, he has like a tail with like a fish tail on it. It's kind of cool. Now, someone was saying like he's not a snake and that's why he can do this shape rather than like this, which like say he's laying down and doing. You guys have seen snakes, swimming in on water probably. I'm just wondering, like, whoever made this monster up, or even if it is real, like how, like what? This doesn't make any sense. Like I've not seen a picture of what he looks like beneath the water, you know? I don't know what he's based off of. If he's based off dinosaur, like where is ooh. Is he like this? But here it looks like he would only have one breach. Oh, I guess he could have breaches in his tails. But like why would he be shaped like that? Is this what he looks like perhaps? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm literally, oh, right. Underwater fins. It's the Chinese New Year's parade, I think. Oh, it could be. He needs a reflection under him. Once again. Yeah, no kidding. I will get to that. That reminds me, and this is not to say that maybe I shouldn't say actually. Sometimes when I'm at work, people are like when I'm doing like drywall, let's say, they'll be like, "Are you gonna screw that?" Yes, I will. I'll get to it. All right, son of a gun. Is that snake in the water Trudeau slithering to the shore to steal your jerry cans? Wait, did he steal jerry cans? That's funny that you said that. But I don't. Did he steal jerry? Why would he do that? Doesn't even make any sense. There's too much red in there by accident. I did not even mean to have red, so let me cover that back up with some darker here. Get a little bit of mixture of some brown and some blue, which I don't know what color that makes. Navy, maybe? Okay. Then I wanted to make this detail a little smaller. Or the highlight, I guess what you could call it. He has a swan head. Oh, because he's like, yeah, I guess he does. Can you please pop a satellite dish on the cabin roof? That'd be funny. Actually, that's a good idea. But no. I like that though. That's funny. Nessie is a female monster. Okay. What is the Ogopogo though? Is the Ogopogo female or male? I don't know. Let's look it up. Is the Ogopogo, whoops, Pogo, male or female? Is a lake monster said to inhabit Okanagan Lake in British Columbia, Canada? Some callers. Why won't you tell me? It doesn't say. I have to go into the article. I imagine there would have to be more than one for them to continue existing. So there would have to be male and female, unless they are asexual. Okay, it doesn't say on Wikipedia if it's male or female from what I saw, so I don't know. So if he is male, then he has a built-in rudder to propel him. How would anyone even know what the sex is? Yeah, that's true, Brian. How would anyone know? You can barely get a picture of him. You're going to see it's junk? Probably not. Especially since it'd probably be underground. Still, I don't know if anyone rationalized this shape exactly, but I did see that one picture. Based on Wikipedia, it seems it's male. Oh, does it? Okay. When a mommy sea monster and a daddy sea monster love each other very much. You know what's funny? Is that's what you tell kids. But like most of like, well, I don't know if most. A lot of the time, there's no love involved at all. But I guess you're telling a kid. You're also making it super weird by explaining it like that, but I get it. I don't have any kids, so I don't know how I would say it. It'd just be straight up honest. That'd be awkward though, I imagine. Okay. Thank you, Ivy. I think it's awesome. I think it's getting there. I think it's fun. Fun little piece. Is there a lake in the background too? Yeah, there is. You know, it might be like my grandfather's property. He has like a pond that's in front of the house, and then it opens up through this little inlet into a big lake. And the big lake actually goes around his whole, well, not around his whole property, but like it kind of moves around. It's kind of cool. Was gonna go fishing there for largemouth bass, but it was too early in the season. I went there in the spring, I believe, like a few years ago. Well, a few years ago, not years. Maybe some V-shaped disturbance of the water at his chest. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm just doing these preliminary ones, and then I have to make it so that it like ripples out and it makes sense. Because from here, it looks like he came from this piece of land or whatever, and he's coming in. Yeah, so he's based off a night of hard drinking. That's probably true. Because he has an interesting shape. Even if he has fins, why would he breach like this? It doesn't make any sense. Like if he wants to come up, you know, maybe he comes his whole long body, or maybe just his head pops up. Like it doesn't make any sense. What if he what if he was just like his head pops up, but then he's like super long, like this length is just vertical. He stays straight, like a seahorse maybe, which isn't exactly straight, but you know, more straight. The fins aren't showing because they're propelling him through the surface of water. No, I get that. I get that. But like why is his body like this? So he's like this, fin, so he stays skinny. Why does he breach at all? I'm just saying this body design, it makes no sense. I don't know if I'm just explaining it wrong or what. What I'm saying in my head makes sense that this doesn't make sense. This just seems weird. Like if you see a snake in the water, you know, he doesn't do this. He just stays on the top and he does this, but on the water, not over and under the water. What's another long animal that has fins? I just can't imagine that being legit. Josh, is it true that Dakota told us this week that you finger paint as you don't like washing brushes? Yeah, you didn't know that? You must be somewhat new. I've explained that a few times. So basically, I couldn't afford brushes because I would never wash them. And when I when I would go back to paint something, my brushes would be like, see, like this has a lot of paint on it, right? It's gonna dry and get crusty and it's gonna be useless. I would do that every single painting, and you know, if I didn't finish a painting in one setting, then I would use more brushes, and then those brushes would become useless, and then I'd have to buy several brushes for one painting, which you might use several brushes anyway. Um, but yeah, and then I just decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna finger paint instead. But obviously sometimes I do use them. Like for this, it wouldn't make sense to finger paint. The style would look too different. Okay, now I'm gonna try something that I'm probably gonna regret. Or not. It's not even going to work. Come on. This paint is drying up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, you dink. You dink. Ah, I'll fix it after. Okay. What? That's the wrong color. Let's wipe that off. There we go. Didn't want blue in there. This water is clearly tan. You know Old Tan Lake? You've been there. By the way, guys, has anyone here ever had to deal with quicksand? Ever? Speaking of, well, I guess quicksand is real, but like things, I was going to say, speaking of things that aren't real, like the Loch Ness Monster, quicksand. Quicksand, I mean, in a sense, is real, or in a large sense, is real. Actually, I should start here. But you don't really have to worry about quicksand. You ever see those memes? I thought quicksand was going to be a way bigger problem than it is, or whatever. Growing up, I thought it was going to be a bigger problem than it turned out to be, or something like that. Oh, what the hell? Stop with the dark paint. Let me clean this off a little bit. Okay. Let me fix that. Let me fix, shall I? I feel like he's going to be like, whoosh. Or is he, wait, does he stay static like this and just his feet underneath the water, or his fins are just going really fast? Or is he doing this? I don't know. Come on. Incorrect. Body seems too thin, like tires. How thick would you want it to be? Because, like, if you compared this to the size of this thing is massive. Although, if you're saying that his body is too thin, as in like for like what it is shaped like, I'm using reference photos that would say like this is about correct. But if you're just agreeing that this is a horseshit monster, because it doesn't make any sense, then yeah, that makes sense that you would think that. Because it does not make any sense that this thing is what? What? See, earlier when I said you're all wrong. You're all wrong, Josh. I don't know how to do this. Earlier when I was saying that I'm just when I paint like this, I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. This is exactly it. I tried to like make that look the same, and it's like totally wrong color. I should have done it all at once. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. So, but anyways. Oh my god! I want to see Bigfoot jump roping Ogopogo in the next one. Did someone say that, or did you say that? That's hilarious. Maybe have a guy floating on a raft and he sees the monster in his selfie he's taking. Well, it definitely wouldn't be with a modern phone. It would have to be with like some sort of archaic machine, because every picture of the Loch Ness or of the Ogopogo is blurry AF. But that is actually a funny idea. Why? Why? Stop being so dark. I mean, it's my fault. I'm the one who put the dark paint on the brush. Okay. Let's try again. That's the way sea monsters are traditionally depicted. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just wondering, why would anyone fall for this depiction? Because this doesn't make any logical sense, what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, why are they depicted like this? Or no, sorry, I'm not saying... Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying this monster can't exist because this doesn't make any sense. But hey, maybe it does exist, and maybe I'll find out one day and I'll be like, oh, that's how. And then he eats me. He's just built different. Did you guys see that video of that guy? He's like real muscular and he puts an egg in his arm, like in his elbow, and he crushes it and he's like, I'm built different. And then there's like this skinny little girl who like does the same thing. Freaking hilarious. I didn't even know that was hard to do, crack an egg in your elbow. I've never tried it though, so maybe it is hard. No quicksand for me. Oh, right. Quicksand. So, maybe he has a dorsal fin? Like this? Or you're saying I should add one? Because that is a weird dorsal fin. Well, several dorsal fins, but maybe. Quicksand. Right. So, what was I saying? Quicksand, right. So, I almost ran across. I told this story before, I think. But anyways, I ran across or no, sorry, I didn't run across it. I was going to run across it. Some quicksand in a bog. And I decided not to when I took like a 30-foot tree, like just a small, like skinny like this, that was dead. And I just at the edge, like say this is the bog right here, right? Right where all this water is. Say I was standing right here, right? I took a tree, right? Big long tree, 30-foot tree, right? And right here, so I'm standing here, here's the beginning of the bog. I stuck it in right there and I buried the entire tree right at the edge. And I was like, oh, it's a good thing I didn't try to run across this. I would have been stuck for sure. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes now to a different brush. Where do I have a fan brush? Oh, I may not have a fan brush. I may not have a fan brush, but I have. Ooh. That's not gonna work. I have this brush. What do I want to do? Do I want to? I want to make his reflection. I don't know how would I do the reflection? I gotta make it long. I'm gonna make it go straight down. I'm gonna look at some reference for some. Oh, look what I just did. I dropped that in the freaking paint. Dang it. Dang it. We were told by our grandparents not to go to the shore of the slough because of quicksand. One of their workhorses sunk in it and died. Oh no. Eels are long and live in the water. Right, they are. Have they ever breached like this even once? I doubt it. They probably have breached, maybe. I mean, I don't know. They have on the Little Mermaid, I think. But like it would just be their head and maybe part of their would that be a dorsal fin? I don't know. Part of their fin on their back. It's a myth. Just use your imagination. No, I know it's a myth, and I know that it's up to my imagination. I'm just wondering. It's just a general inquiry. You realize you're talking about a mystical creature. He can do anything you want. I know, but at the time, people were just lying and saying, "Yo, this thing is real," right? And they drew it like this or painted it or whatever. And people were like, holy shit, that's insane. How did they not just use a little logic? Which maybe they did. Maybe it was like a fringe group that were like, oh no, it's for sure, it's real. But like, I would have been like, dude, that's not real. Uh, Skinwalker Ranch is not the place you want to spend the night. I heard about it being freaky, but I don't know if it would be my imagination making me scared or real life stuff making me scared. Okay, I just got to make this come down just a little bit more. I think something like that. Which means I think this needs to come down a little bit more. Seems that them humps coming in and out of the water are too symmetrical. Symmetrical. Don't know what you mean by that, because what do you mean symmetrical? That doesn't make any sense to me. Symmetrical, like what? Okay. Also seems that the front of his body at the head should be bigger and get smaller towards the back. He should have like a big bulbous nose. I like it like this. I think this is better because he's got like a, you know, like this is how I think that that most of the pictures are taken. Someone's doing this, sticking their hand out of the water, and they're like, "Dude, put it on your grainiest setting, and then shake it slightly when you take the picture. We'll tell everyone that we saw the Ogopogo." I don't know if I like the bulbous nose idea, or maybe that's not what you meant. But thank you for your suggestion. Loch is Scottish for lake. Ah, okay. Thank you, Bill. Bill, how's it going, Bill? And you don't clean brushes. I do not clean brushes. No, out of laziness. Sometimes I do, but not often. Does the water also splash up, maybe? See, that's what I was wondering. I was going to make it splash up if he's going in like this, you know? But if he's just moving across, then he just needs a little small wake, right? Just a little, and that's what I'm trying to contemplate here. You know, just because he's a monster doesn't mean that he's always ferocious either, right? He just came into the water. I'm assuming that he can go on land too, or maybe he was just chilling over here and he was eating some of the like, I don't know, what would be on the shore here, clams or something. Wait, this is a lake. Are there clams in lakes in freshwater? I don't know. Probably there are, actually. Mussels? I don't know. Whatever it would be. He just came over here for a little snack. Then he turned around. And then he was just like, let me just go for a little swim. Right? It's evening, right? Or maybe it's early morning. Right? And so he's just like chill. And he's just like, yeah, let's just float over here. Or splash violently over here, depending on how the physiology of his body is and how the mechanics work with this weird body shape. I don't I don't know. Yeah, there are freshwater clams. Okay. Okay. It's such a more interesting painting. Thank you. There are the googly eyes. Oh, right up here. Yeah, it kind of looks like Jar Jar Binks. I didn't mean to do that like that. Those are not his eyes. Those are his little tiny horns. I just wanted a little bit of highlight. You know, you see how like all the tree, oh, you can't really see. All the trees have highlights in the front, so that means that the sun potentially is behind us. So I was gonna add more highlights in there. I'm just kind of just exploring my ideas in my mind at the moment. I don't know exactly what I want to do exactly. I want to make it look like his face is like contoured, kind of like Jar Jar Binks, but imagine his eyes on Jar Jar Binks are actually horns, and then he doesn't have any like rabbit ears. Okay, where's that brush? Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up some reference here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find any reference. Like, I want to figure out. Maybe I could go because one person said that they look like tires. I don't know. I still don't know what they mean by symmetrical because that doesn't look symmetrical in any way from this angle. But if you look at him from forward or from front view, he should be symmetrical, like most animals, except for maybe like a flounder or something like that. Would have both their eyes on one side of their body. It's so weird. Tire reflection. Images. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Tire. Tire in swamp. Maybe that will work? No, I have swamp tires. Okay, how about this? Garbage in water. Okay, garbage in water. These angles are all wrong. I was hoping to find a tire. You know what? I'm just going to wing it. If it looks bad, I will try to fix it. I will try, but I may fail. Okay, now I have to try to make this color. What would that be? Some yellows, potentially. Some browns. Some... Okay, we got some yellow. Okay. We need a little bit of green, maybe. Oh, that was too much green. That was too much green, Josh. What are you doing? Okay, let's go back to some more yellow. Okay. That's too leafy green. Okay, let's add some brown, maybe? See, guys, I don't know how to mix colors. This is probably going to become very evident. Okay. That doesn't look anything like that. Okay. Oh, dang it. I don't know how to do this. Does that kind of look like that color? I don't know. I don't know. Make it a little bit darker. Oh, that's kind of it. Okay, let's go with that. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait. This... No, that's not how it works. Here, there would need to be some. But since there's already reflection here, would there be a darker... No, reflections are all the same. These are all muted into, like, one bleh. It's like when I think about a shadow. When your shadow goes into another shadow, the shadow doesn't become darker. But in reflections, would this reflection show up dark? I guess it would, wouldn't it? I don't know. Does anyone know the science? Would his reflection show up different than the reflections that's already there if it's like this blurriness? I don't think so. But maybe it would. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, I'm an idiot. It's too dark. Too dark. It'd have to be perfect. Yogo Pogo has done a lot of whiz in the lake. Word. Yeah, it's very it doesn't look like you'd want to swim there, but I think that's the sunlight, refracting strangely. I have a picture of the Twin Towers by Hudson as a mirror image. Right. But do you have it at this kind of where everything, because like this reflection here, or maybe this is shadow, which means that the sun would have to be coming from over here, but then all the highlights would not be in front. This would all be in silhouette. So the sun is where I'm sitting, going this way. So the shadow should actually be going that way. But if the sun is directly above, then the shadows would be very small. And if they're in the exact right spot for this little area, there would be very little shadow to see at all. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Where your light source shadows are reflecting of light, right? Sorry, what? Where your light source shadows are reflection of light, right? Sorry, I don't understand that. Judging by the pane, he looks like his reflection should be slightly forward from the left side of your creature. Judging by the pane. What? Reflection. From what angle does the other reflection seem to come from? Do you think they got it correct? Well, the reflection would just be... Aren't the reflections just like... It's just a mirror, right? So this tree, if it reflected... If it was tall enough, it would just reflect straight down. So yeah? Yeah, they all... Yeah. This might need a little extra reflection right here, but I need to make that color. I don't know how to make that color. We need some green, perhaps. Some green. Some of this. Somebody wants green me. How the heck do I do this? See, when I paint a portrait or something, like I don't ever mix colors hardly. Well, no, that's a lie. I mix colors all the time. But like, if I want orange, I just have orange, right? And it doesn't matter if it's the same orange as other places. But here, it kind of matters. Ooh, that's kind of the same color, but not really. That's not the right color. Stop. Stop making mistakes. Be perfect, would you? Oh, no. So I'm just mixing some color over here, and I accidentally grabbed the wrong color, and I changed this completely wrong. I was sort of somewhat close, like not super close, but you know, kind of within the ballpark. But now I'm way off. Yellow, ochre, a little black, and lighten with white. You think that's what I need? Okay, let's try that. I don't know if I have yellow. What is this? Cadmium. What is this? Cadmium again. What is this? Cadmium. Why do I have 3 cadmiums and they're all different colors? Yellow ochre. Ochres have layers, onions have layers. That's blue. I don't know if I have yellow ochre, but I will try to find it. Maybe I'll just use a different yellow. No, I'll just use a different yellow. I don't have whatever. Oh wait, what's this? Yellow ochre! Well, you thought I was just gonna give up? because I said I was going to give up. No siree, Bob. Don't overthink it. What do you mean overthink it? I want it to be the same color. I'm not overthinking it. I'm trying to do a very specific thing here. Okay, what did she say? Pull down on water. That's exactly what I was doing, Daryl. Tan color for reflections. Okay. I mean, I'm not colorblind. I know that's Dan, but what shade of Dan? Is this black? That is not black. You know, one color that I run out of often is black. And it looks like I don't have any black. But I do have white. Will white work? I might have black over in this bin over here. Schwing, what do you know? I got black. Black. A little how do you do with the black paint. And then what else was there? Okay. Yellow ochre, a little black, and lighten with white. Okay, so I got white, I got black, and I got a little yellow ochre. Okay, shall we continue with this mixture? Don't worry about the red color. Remember, it's a fantasy drawing. It's in another world. Go for the mind. No. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it match. I hear where you're coming from, but there are still physics. No, physics? There's still some sort of rules in the fantasy world. This is supposed to be our world, really. Right? This is Earth. And we're just assuming that, or not assuming, what's the word? We're just pretending that the Loch Ness Monster is real. Or maybe it is real. I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe, you know how like they drew these pictures of like lions and stuff. So someone was like, "Oh yeah, it was like a sheep but with alligator teeth or something," right? And then they drew like the strangest looking animal and you're like, "What? How is that a tiger?" Or whatever I said. Lion? What did I say? You know? That's kind of what I'm thinking happened. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, we saw this creature and it was like a snake, but but it went the opposite way. Maybe it was a bunch of dolphins jumping together and like this guy was like, I don't know, had sea blindness or something." He's like, "No, it was the craziest thing." And then you're just like, "Oh, because you're lying?" Okay, whoever said this, Rhonda, I think you're a genius. You must paint. I don't know, or at least understand how to mix paint, because this looks freaking close. But maybe I'm way off. You're amazing. Who was that again? Oh, where's your... Okay, whoever that was, whoever I just said, this is it. This is it. Okay, so I just have to lighten it up with some white, you said? I feel like that's going to make it not right, but let's see. Oh, I lightened it too much? Okay, let's start over. Okay, I had it like so close. I had it so close. Yes, look at the bottom of the neck. You started to draw that very short smudge under it, and that looks correct. So do the same under each and every. No, it looks very not correct. Because if it's a shadow, no, I don't know. Maybe it looks correct. I don't know. I'm trying to ask though. None of these have distinctive shadows. So it goes from dark to light as it gets further away from the shore. Oh, maybe that's what I should do then. I should go because he's in the water. Okay, you know what? Maybe you're right. 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 Okay. Let me get rid of that I don't want there because it's slightly wrong. Oh, I should have showed you. Could you see that? Could you guys see that? It was kind of there. It was kind of there. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, we got some yellow ochre. Little bit of black. Okay. See that color? Okay, I'm going to turn you a little bit so you can see this. Okay. We're going to go a little bit more black. Okay, that might be... I feel like he did one pass, right? And then they did another pass with slightly darker. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, that's too much. Okay, if I ever need to make swamp water again, I know what colors to use. That's wrong. Yeah, wrong. The price is wrong. Should shadow be on lower side of creature and slightly forward? Well, nothing else has shadows, so I don't think anything should have a shadow. You know? Because nothing else does. Like, nothing is casting a shadow, I mean. So, all I'm worrying about is reflection. And I'm just wondering, you know, there's like things that you don't know. Like, that's it! I think. Am I wrong? Okay. Okay. Okay, so whoever said this, sorry, I forgot your name again. Genius. Probably maybe more people said that, I don't know. But I'm glad that you did. And anyone else who tried to give me tips on how to uh mix the color, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna try something here. And perhaps this will be a fail. Oh shit. That was too much. That was too much. Okay. 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 We'll call this we'll call this color colonoscopy reflection, because that looks like crap. Colonoscopy reflection. No, we won't call it that. It's disgusting. Okay. We don't need this one up here anymore. So let's get rid of that, because we just used the one that was already there. Okay. Dude. Okay. So I'm trying to. So obviously there's gonna be ripples in the water. I mean, this looks like super still, but he is creating ripples. So I wanted it to look a little ununiform. Okay. Bloop, bloop. Okay. Okay. Dude, that's awesome. Ochre, yellow ochre, a little black. I didn't even need the white. But thank you so much. Gray tone to it. Are you asking me to add a gray tone, or are you saying it does have a gray tone? I don't know what you're saying exactly. Not enough information in that comment, but if you're saying it has a gray tone, I agree. If you're saying it needs a gray tone, perhaps I agree, but I don't see that it needs more. But frick, maybe it does. I mean, I don't know. That's why I was asking questions about, like, do reflections. I guess you can see, because it would be act like a mirror, so you would see things in front of each other. But for, like, from this angle, right, or whatever, how everything's muted, would it make a difference? You know, like, I was basing it off of, like, what I know about shadows. Like, when you see a shadow and it goes over top of another shadow, the shadow doesn't become darker because the sun is behind the first thing first, right? And your shadow is, you're just walking into a shadow, or whatever the case is. So when it comes to reflections, do reflections show up like when they're muted like this? I don't know if they're ever muted like this. How would something that's also like a muted, like, silhouettiness, how would that show up is what I was wondering. Yeah, I like how it's still not perfectly close. Like, it's not bang on, but it's, you know, second base at least. All right, guys. Oh, there I go and screw it up. There we go. Let's have a look from further back, because I see in the camera it's like very yellow. Like the water ripples or whatever are very yellow. Okay, someone here, you were on the right track when you put the gray smudge under its head in the water your first try. You can still kind of see where you put it. I think it looks way better now, honestly. I don't remember what it looked like before. It is too peaceful and serene to be real in this world. Why? Yellow still looks strong, but not complaining. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I think it was a little strong. So I'm just looking at it here behind you guys, just kind of trying to make a decision. Some folks say that these kinds of creatures do exist, but only on a different plane between dimensions. That's why we can't ever get a hold of them. Right. Yeah, no, I've heard that too. Someone was, I don't know if they're getting upset, but I said I didn't believe in Bigfoot because I've never seen one. And everyone who has seemed to seen one is a little, off their rocker. And then they were telling me the same thing about Bigfoot. He's on a different plane of, or in a different realm and whatever. And I was like, that's why. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And they're like saying the government doesn't want people to know about this realm and stuff. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I don't have time for that. Hey, that could be true. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's probably not true. Because ultimately, I don't know. Because some people are convinced, right? And they don't sound like they're lying. Some people absolutely sound like they're lying, but some people don't, right? And you're just like, well, what the heck is it that they saw? They must have seen something. Try to get rid of some of this yellow in here, blend it a little bit. I might have put too much white in there, but yeah, I'm not really trying to make it look realistic. I'm just trying to make it look like it belongs in the painting. Because, like, this cabin does not look realistic, right? It looks like a cabin. Well, actually, it's like a super long cabin. So it looks like a really long cabin or barn or something. And I think that this looks like it belongs in there. I think what I want to do here, actually, let's do some more of that. This might be. Hmm. I need to like this. Go like this. There, now it looks like a tire. The person who said he looked too much like a tire, now he like totally looks like a tire. It's like two tires. And like a really weak tire on the back. Spare tire, right? A little donut. Okay. Dope. I think I need to make his head come down to here, actually. Because the rest of his body has longer reflection than his neck, which is longer than the rest, doesn't suddenly. That doesn't make sense. It's a reflection, yes. Actually, in reality, those are more of a goldfish color. What's that? The Ogopogo? The dark color that makes them look too bold. You think? I think I'm just assuming that that fish is dark. I try to put some highlights on them, so maybe I'll add some more highlights. I'll move you back over here. Put you down a little bit. And then move you a little closer. What I'm gonna try to do. Here we go. Sorry. Sorry. I got you. There we go. I'm gonna try, you see how like there's like random highlights everywhere? I'm gonna try to do the same thing here. Maybe I'll just use that plain yellow ochre. And like, this is kind of just a mess in here. So it stands to reason that this could even be a mess. Like, why not? Let's try to do whatever. And then like this. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, this is definitely not my style of painting, so like I don't even know like what reasoning goes into like how you choose your highlights, because oftentimes like it's kind of contradictory. Not so much with this one, because this one doesn't have the sun in it and whatever, and it just seems like the highlights are kind of on both sides. Although on the mountains, if you look on the mountains, the highlights are all on the left, whereas here in the trees and stuff, like there's some on the right, and on the left, or the whole front. You can't really see that because of the glare, but you know, it's kind of no rhyme or reason to it, you know? Like on the roof, there's highlights, and then underneath on the soffit, there's highlight. That doesn't make any sense. But it's just showing detail, I think, and it's excusable for this style of painting because you're not being realistic, right? You're just putting in some details here and there. So that's not good. That's dumb. The water highlights are actually the mountains. The water highlights? Like, you mean the shadows or the reflection? Like, that's way too far away for those. Like, these trees are in front of it. Like, these would show a reflection there. And since the mount, whoa, shit, I went too high there. Since these, hold on, let's see here. Like, this is mad high. If these aren't showing, like, that doesn't make any, no, that can't be it. They're way too far away. Like, well, they would be, this whole thing would be black if this was, or not black, but like this color. That doesn't make any sense. There's no way. Okay. That painting was done like an assembly line. You paint one of a kind. One of a kind. Like hundreds of a kind, you mean, right? It was on an assembly line. Yeah, that's what I was explaining at the beginning of this video, where you have a whole bunch of canvases and you paint the same picture a bunch of times. You're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, no, I know. I don't. Sometimes the logic doesn't confuse me, but like I'm just like, what? Let me have a look. What are you saying? And then I'm just like, that's actually not help. Whatever. It's fine. I appreciate everyone's input, even if it's not entirely whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. You probably can't see it, but I'm lightening it up with because it was a really dark blue with some dark green on it. And now I'm lightening up a little bit more in places with some browns. Okay. The ADD kicks in too. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. There we go. I like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it less bold. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know. He's just a bold guy, you know? He's really bold. He just comes out in the open. He just knows that the pictures aren't gonna show up good. He's like, go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. I think that it might be snow in the background, but not another lake. Uh, maybe. I mean, I guess it could be. There's like, there's no snow on here. There's lots of snow on the mountain. Then no snow here, but then lots of snow here. I don't know if that would be, I don't think that makes sense because there's no snow on the trees or anything. I guess you could say this might be snow. Um, I don't think it. I think it's water because a lot of the other paintings, it's the same thing and it's water. I think anyway. But hey, who knows? You could be right. You absolutely could be right. Okay. Absolutely looks better now with your reflection. Yeah, no, I was always gonna do reflections. I was just wondering, how to execute them. And I think it was good to do them like this. Yeah. I just didn't want to jump the gun. Like, everything's I mean, I guess I could have blocked everything in all at the beginning, but I didn't want to. And maybe that's my fault. But I just the process, I suppose you could call it, that I took was just do one thing at a time, do the shape of him, right? See if I like it, do some work on him, and then some people are saying the ripples, which I always intended to do, and then of course the reflection as well. I was just wondering how I was going to do it within myself. That's why I didn't do it all at one time there. But in the end, we got here. Okay. Just gonna go like this. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. I think I think we might be done. I think we might be done. He's wearing his radar slash photo refracting coat. uh, could be an evening fog setting in the background. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be water. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who painted this, so I can't ask him or her, hey, what is this? But, it could be snow too. That just like maybe it's shaded long enough that it would be because like these are all conifer trees, right? So they wouldn't lose their foliage, their needles, right? So it's not winter. It's not. Sorry, it doesn't matter if it is winter because they would still be full. If they were, if they were, if this was, if that was snow, I assume like there would be ice on here, but maybe it would just be around the edges, and maybe that's what this stuff is. I mean, I don't know. It's up to your interpretation too, right? So if that's what you see as snow, then that's absolutely could be snow. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Can he be holding a fish in his mouth? I mean, I guess he could, but I'm not going to do that. So there we go. So his mouth, or his snout, or whatever you want to call it. I could have him so he has his mouth open, because a lot of these pictures that I'm looking at, like if we go to the pictures here, Pogo, he has his mouth open. Let's see if I can find him. Right, like this one right here, he has his mouth open. This one here, he's a statue, he's got his mouth open. This one he doesn't. This one he does. He does here. But I think it looks better here because, like, it seems obvious that he might have his mouth open, but sometimes he won't, right? There's a good one. One of them we could do like Kraken. We could have like a tentacle sticking out. That would be cool. Maybe we'll do that on one of them. Okay, but I think that's it. So I think what we'll do is we'll just sign it underneath this signature. So this person probably did not paint this. That is probably someone, whoever bought this for $1 from China. Just put this name on there. Now we will put my name on there. So let me just get some. Okay. Move you over onto this side so I can get in there. 1 second. Ow. This brush might not be thin enough, but we'll try. All right. There we go. I'll buy it for $35. I don't know if I'll ever sell these. I just think they're fun. But let me just set you up here so you can have a look at it. Chef's kiss. Ha, that's funny, Cindy. Okay. This. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's not bad, I don't think. I think it's quite fun. Hopefully you guys can see that well. I have a gift. Oh, thanks. LJ Van Gogh. Wait, are you a painter? Is that your real name? That would be sick if that was your name. Looks great. Thanks, Heather. I see a face in the middle of the mountain. Do you? I don't see it. I don't know where the face is, but it's fun to see things like that, you know? Reminds me of the dinosaur looking character that lives on Tatooine. I don't remember. Is he on the Boba Fett show? Awesome, but he would scare me during a swim. Dude, Tammy, he would scare me during a swim. I hate swimming in lakes, definitely the ocean, anything. Not because of sharks or jellyfish or anything like that. Although that would be scary too if I came across them. But it's because of things like that I don't know that are there. You know what I mean? It's not snow, it's mist. Oh, it could be mist too. The ones in Alaska travel snake-like in water, not up and down like. Like there's a sea monster in Alaska. Wait, what did you say? Alaska? Name him George. Yeah, we could call him George. Don't worry. With cameras watching your every move. What? Always fun to see your creative process work. Oh, thank you. Mudgy? How about Big Bird flying up looking down to eat? Like Big Bird from Sesame Street? That would be great. It would be great to have this as an ongoing project. Next, add Bigfoot. I'm not going to add anything else. Like, I don't want to mix the creatures together. I don't know. To me, that's not as appealing. But we will have more of a adventurous painting time, whatever you want to call it. Not adventurous. What is a paranormal painting time coming up? I think we'll do a few more. I think that'll be fun. I was wading in the ocean one time and had a dead cat wrapped around my leg for a second. Totally gross. Yeah, that would be gross. That's not exactly scary because a cat is a cat. I mean, that might freak you out if you didn't know what it was, but Josh, are you going to change the frame? Probably not. I'll just probably keep it in here. But for those saying that I should add the Bigfoot, I will show you. So we still have this one to do. We'll do this shortly. I don't know when we'll do them. Right, we have this one. I don't know. Maybe we'll do. I was thinking maybe earlier we were saying maybe a pterodactyl up in there. Was that in this video or the last live that I had to stop? I don't know. But that would be fun to do that. And then in this one, we could do, I don't know, aliens. I was thinking about doing aliens. Hey, Tammy, thank you very much. We could do tentacles coming up. Like, we got birds in here, so we could do something with the birds. I don't know, something like that. I think that'd be funny. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. And I'll show you the Bigfoot one that we did last time, which you can find on my library here on YouTube. But we added Bigfoot there on the right. And people here were still saying that I should do aliens and Bigfoot, but like again, I don't think that's as fun for me. But it could be done, I suppose. And then you can see that name there. C. Peter, not a real person. Oh, the real person, but not the person who painted this. But yeah, this one has a way cooler frame. That's the frame it came in. But that frame is actually just styrofoam. You did Bigfoot and a lake serpent. Yeah, aliens next. I think that'll be cool. So maybe in the next little while here, we'll do another one. I'm working on a vlog right now, but I'm not sure when I'm going to finish that project. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your input. I hope you I hope you dig it. I'll be sharing this on Instagram if you want to get a good look of it. I'll probably take a picture tomorrow when there's like lots of light so you can see it rather than post a picture right now. But I actually really like this. It looks good from like this distance. Looks good going closer. So I think I'm really happy with this. So I'm glad that we did this. Thanks for the input suggesting sea monster. I think we said Loch Ness monster, but I went with the Ogopogo looking monster instead. I think he's pretty cool. Yeah, next aliens maybe. All right. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate you guys. See you later.